Hello, I am back for more hacking practice. First off, I want to apologize for missing yesterday. Sometimes I make poor choices with the way that I have my computer set up. One of those poor choices is to use a file system for my Linux desktop that is not necessarily, well, I don't want to say it's not production ready, but it's not merged into the kernel. So I have to custom compile my kernels, and that combined with a few other things where I have to like make custom modifications to my init RAM FS setup in order to support it as the file system for my root drive, results in the occasional situation where I have to do a lot of additional work on another computer to get myself back into the machine after it has gotten it after I've restarted and it won't boot, basically. I won't get into all the details, but that killed any possibility of me streaming yesterday, unfortunately. But we will continue with the original plan to do TryHackMe over the weekend. Since it's still Sunday here, I am going to do the TryHackMe stuff that I was planning to do yesterday. And we can just sort of get into it, I guess. Let me pop open the screen. It'd be good if the transition was to the right display, the right scene, or whatever it's called. Yeah, okay, so I'm here in the TryHackMe dashboard. I have an account, but I've really never done anything with it. So let's just sort of start, I don't know, messing around, I guess. I like the design of the site already just because it has a lot of suggestions. Like, I don't have to necessarily search around to try to figure out what might be good, right? It's suggesting 6 different rooms for me to maybe give a shot. I guess these are the difficulty level. And it also has these learning paths, which I can get started with, and I suppose those will be a sequence of different rooms to try. I'm going to not do the complete beginner one. I'm pretty sure that I don't need that stuff. If I find that I'm out of my depth with some of these other ones, then maybe I will click on it and enroll in that. But I think what is confusing to me right now actually is what is different between the primer series and complete beginner? Is this like 1, 2, 3, 4 in terms of like knowledge required? I think offensive pen testing seems like the right choice for me. Sure. I mean, this seems good. I don't know that I'm going to necessarily apply to jobs as a pen tester, but I think I would like to have the skills required for that. And let's see. So there could be one to access, since I have subscribed, they have a virtual machine where I can log in and it's running Kali, but I'm going to skip that. I think I'm just going to install the stuff that I need on my machine. I might go through their OpenVPN setup because I know that you need to connect to all the rooms through a VPN. So yeah, let's just go with that. Okay. I am gonna do this on a different off screen just because I don't know if it's gonna show anything particularly sensitive. Okay, so I'm gonna get my access file. What is this about? Okay. I'm gonna store the OpenVPN config file as okay. Got that somewhere. And then we'll set up a project directory for TryHackMe. Okay, so I've got that file. Oh, okay, I gotta hit join. What? Hopefully I'm not banned. Maybe it's just a spurious bad result. Okay. So did the first step, which is get the access file. Let's see if I have OpenVPN already anyways. I don't. Okay. So we'll go ahead and install OpenVPN. And gonna skip past that. Skip past the Mac one. And then I just, okay, so it's not like a sys, what is it? Systemd unit or anything like that. Okay. Just throw an alias on here. It'll be what do we call it? And then we'll just say sudo openvpn. I think that'll work. And what do we want to do then? Do I want to do that in the background, I guess? Where do I want to put the logs? Yeah, I do have a dot log. How do I do the date? Just dash I. Okay. So now if I do THM connect, why is it still? Oh, because I didn't. File exists. I don't think I was getting that earlier. Oh, okay. Well, what now? Okay. Let's try it again. Oh, I forgot. Let me, you know what? I want it to always be in the background anyways. All right. So let's see if I'm connected. Cool. All right. So we've got our connection. And then, yeah, I don't need the VPN if I've connected to their Kali box. Let's check that I'm connected. Okay. Oh, I just click deploy right there. And then it'll tell me a website. I'm sure this is very exciting for anybody watching the stream. Getting a VPN set up. I mean, the access page shows my IP address, so I feel like it's working. It's just the boxes. There we go. All right. Hey, I'm so good at this. That's good. So when I need to connect again, I'll just go with THM connect. Now, where was... Need to continue on this one. Okay. Maybe I'll get around to doing that at some point later, but I don't think I'm going to use the box, so I'm not going to worry about it. All right. We'll have a few easy rooms. They'll give you practice in the following areas: active reconnaissance, vulnerability scanning, Privask, web application attacks. Excellent. That's makes sense to me as the place to get started. So you can see all the core stages of a web-focused pen test. So just go with number one. Oh, I don't have burp installed either. Need to join the room. And then hit deploy. I'm going to skip watching the video, if only because it's probably not very interesting to watch me watch a video on stream. Okay. So I've deployed the room, or the box for this room, and I've connected. Let's get Nmap while that's going, because I don't really have any of these kinds of tools installed at the moment. Maybe for the next stream or something, I'll set up a VM just for holding all these tools. I have this weird, I don't want to call it OCD really, but it's like I get annoyed that my machine over time just has tons and tons and tons of software installed. It's not really an issue, but it I don't know. It definitely makes me a little antsy to know that I'm just like, I'm not organizing all these programs that I'm installing. They're just all installed together. Okay, so we've got Nmap. They're going to give us descriptions of some useful flags. This one I always saw people on other streams where they're doing TryHackMe or, you know, sort of pen testing stuff. Saw them run this, and I was always confused what -p dash is. I guess that is, the dash just says scan every port. 0 through 65K, I guess. Or maybe it's 0 through 1024, just the like well-known ports, but rather than specify -p in a specific port. So this will fingerprint the versions of services, I guess. Don't care about host discovery. My recollection is either host discovery is about figuring out what the OS is, or maybe it's a different thing. No, this is OS inversion detection. So maybe host discovery is, I mean, basically my thinking on why disable host discovery is weird to me is just because, like, if you only give one address, if you only give one IP address rather than a subnet or a range of IP addresses, then it doesn't have to do any kind of host discovery. So I don't know what this flag is about, but we can use it for sure. And then we can enable OS version detection. You can use default Nmap scripts. I don't know what Nmap scripts are and what the default ones are either. You can have verbose UDP scanning, TCP scan with a SYN-based connection attempt. Okay. And then, yeah, you can look for cheat sheets for Nmap. Scan the box. Okay. Let's see. We want. Oops. Guess we'll go with that. -p-400. Is that the top 400 ports? Not getting any results back yet. Can I ping that box? I can. It's kind of slow. But I feel like the rest of them are in the EU, so. Yeah, why did. Okay. Maybe it's just a matter of. Oh, yeah, it's really going to scan 65,000 ports. Okay. I mean, should I wait? It's only one digit, so we could go with 4, because that's how many were found right away. No. So there's some other port open. It's gonna be, ooh, no, thank you. So I'm not gonna spend 40 minutes scanning. Is there? Okay. T aggressive. See how quickly we get through this. I mean, maybe I should just turn off dash p dash, have it scan everything that it defaults to scanning. See, that cut it in half. What if I do insane? Is it now? It didn't find as many ports, which is kind of wild. And Permucov. Yeah, TryHackMe. For for the weekend. People had suggested it. Seemed like a thing to give it a shot. Well, insane is too fast, I guess. I'm gonna just have it scan whatever the defaults are, but it wasn't 4, seemingly. Yeah. Scanning the top 1,000. I don't know how it determines the top 1,000 ports, but it could certainly scan the first 1,024. Okay, so it found another one. I don't know why it took longer to find these using dash p dash, but I guess it's 6. Okay. If you were to try the challenges, you'd write all the tools yourself. I mean, yeah, go for it, man. There's definitely a lot of situations where I would want to write my own tools for this stuff. I think, especially in the realm of the King of the Hill stuff, I've watched a bunch of streams of people doing the King of the Hill rooms, and it seems like the persistence aspect of that, once you have hacked into the box, whatever mechanism you have, if you've gotten root access, then there's a lot of stuff you can do with custom software to maintain persistence, especially if your adversaries are just doing like pretty bog standard, like it seems like people do like using change attribute, the chatter program, and there's also, you could do all sorts of stuff to hook those things or replace them or otherwise make them appear to be working but not actually do what the people want it to be doing. You could be very stealthy by having your connection hooked into some service other than the one that you're not allowed to kill, I guess. By the rules of those rooms, you're not supposed to use anything or touch the like King of the Hill service that has to be online the entire time. But the other services, whatever web server is running, Apache or Nginx or whatever it is, you could probably inject your custom reverse shell in there as a thread that's running as a task connected in there, and then it would be very difficult for people to find that you were actually still connected, because if they're going to do PS and search for anybody with a SSH connection or something, or look for bash prompts or like running shell programs, it probably won't show up if you go and write it custom. But on most of these, it's like I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm also primarily a developer. That's most of my history. Um, but like as a developer, I use other people's code all the time. I use libraries. I don't write everything from scratch. Um, so I don't know that I would necessarily take a different approach. Like, I don't think I could write a better version of Nmap necessarily, or at least it hasn't occurred to me that it's like a thing that I need a better version of at the moment. Password cracking, I think I would be incredibly hard pressed to write a better thing than Hashcat using the GPU. I feel like of all the things to write a better version of, like the password cracking stuff are the places where people have spent a lot of time optimizing the hell out of those programs. And maybe I could like make a better interface to it or something a little more automated for my style of using it, but I don't think I could make it work faster, for example. Oh, sure, if you want to write it yourself for learning about network programming, like that seems perfectly reasonable. And Map is a decent program for that. I mean, it's not going to tell you too much beyond how to do handshakes. I guess there's some element to the scripts that are used for like fingerprinting of stuff. So that'll parse some protocols or whatever, but um, maybe writing network software is going to end up being a deeper dive into learning that stuff. But yeah, it seems like a good like. This is not me telling you don't write that stuff. Uh, okay, what version of Squid Proxy is running on the machine? Service info. Squid Proxy 3512. I guess it'll scan 400. Yeah. And who use -n? What will it not resolve? DNS? Is that what they want for 3 letters? Yeah. What is the most likely operating system this machine is running? Linux. No? Maybe it's, wait, CPE? What do you say, Ubuntu? Okay. I don't see any results that point to Ubuntu. Oh, of course, the Apache. And yeah, never mind. I'm just not reading very closely. So OpenSSH is identifying itself with the exact version. So it's 7.2, yeah. And then if I connect to that machine over HTTPS, on 333. Does this give me the like default Ubuntu? No. This is a non-standard page. Interesting. Vuln University page. Okay. Maybe that'll come into play later on. Oops. Yep, okay. Makes sense. All right. So now this is a tool that every single time I've seen it used, I think to myself, oh, somebody should write a better version of that tool. GoBuster, which is technically a better version of Dirbuster in terms of its implementation, and probably it's more optimized, being a native binary written from Go. But it does seem to be a thing that it's a very simple implementation of the web enumeration task, let's say. And so it feels like there's a lot of room to have more intelligent versions of it. So it's definitely something I've thought about. Why can't I write my own tool to do this? I don't do a lot of web. I don't do this kind of stuff very much. So it's, whenever I have that thought of like, oh, I bet I could write a better version of this thing, I do need to remind myself that, like, if I'm not very experienced with that thing, there's a large possibility space that I simply don't understand it well enough to realize why the better version is not actually possible or is not what I think it would be. So, okay, let's see. You can just install GoBuster. I guess let's install the Git version. They're both in R, so okay. Yeah, let's see. What do we got? It's gonna go to OJ because I guess OJ Reeves created it. Weird that they like go through all the trouble. I guess maybe that's how Go directories work. That looks fine to me. Do a very cursory double check that it's not like downloading something from some random URL. Oh, and of course, since it's, I don't know if the non-Git version would have to compile it or not, but. Ooh, what the heck happened there? Okay. Wanted to delete some package that it downloaded from Go, or maybe multiple packages, and they weren't, the permissions on them weren't right. Well, okay. And now we need to get word lists. Does it at all mention? No. Okay. I'm guessing I don't have any. There might be based on Scowl. I wonder if the word list is like. Yeah. So this one, it doesn't go so far as to tell you which word list to try using. It just shows you where the word lists are. Well, let's look for. Maybe there's a thing to help create Kali like image. Maybe I can find the source and see where they're getting those word lists from. Maybe I can just say like. There we go. They have their own repo for it. With RockU, and that'll be passwords. not gonna show me what the word lists are. Tree CD. Oh. The word list homepage is just the Kali homepage. Okay. Does it? No, it has more than RockU. So, what is going on? Anything upstream? This is from 7 years ago. Okay, well. Oh, I see. There have definitely been commits to master. But what is this one? Okay. I don't. Where's the content for the Debian package? I don't know enough about the deb format to Kali defaults. Again, I'm sure it's very interesting what I'm doing right now. Right, so after, let's go ahead and download the .deb file. Which we can get from probably kali.org. All right. Probably main. Because I don't want this, I want pool. Or wordless. Okay. That's the original. Let's get the deb. That's the one that's got all the content, I guess. And we'll just manually extract everything. Because I didn't see anything. Does have wordless already? I'll look at it later. Oh, so fun to download at 200 kilobytes per second. Truly masterful bit of work that I'm doing here. Okay. So could it be just gonna, do the manual version of GoBuster by guessing random addresses, random. So if we go there, we get the, what? Oh, I didn't want HTTPS. We get this Voln University page. What if it's called WordPress? No, okay. WP admin? No. Not like administrator or admin or nothing. We're getting there. The internet is getting a little nicer for me at the moment. I can taste the download being done. So close. Yeah. It would be nice if they had something to, if you're not using Kali Linux, here's a place you can go to get wordless. I found some randomly on GitHub, but I want to use, like, I would assume the people that run Kali no? What is the, oh, actually don't know. J? Okay. What the heck? I guess it's not tarred up. No, it should be. It's a Debian binary package with control.tar.exe. I swear I've done this before. Okay. Does that work? No. It's not a tar. Oh, god damn it. Just. What do I do? What? It's an R file. Take off the wrong thing. Okay. And then Why does it only have that one file? Why is it like that? What the hell? Is it... I wonder if RockU has all of the stuff and they've just called it RockU? No, it's just a single text file, gzipped. So... And it's the whole thing. Where the hell are the rest of the word list then? How does it get them? Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. Truly exciting stuff going on here. Yeah, I know that they have RockU. Is that all they come with? Jesus Christ. Do I have to, like, install Kali in order to get the word list? Because there's... Whatever. I'm gonna get some random fucking word lists. It's gonna be some fucking bullshit. Is it maybe in here? Well, I'll take it. Get. So what do we got? Yep, downloads from the right repo. Okay. And this one is also just the one from there. Well, then I'm going to not install RockU if it's just going to take the thing from that repo that I'm already going to download. Double check. We're good. More downloading. Exciting stuff. It'll go faster though because I am downloading from GitHub's CDN. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. So I think I went discovery web content and throw one of these. That's the problem. So this is the repo that I found, right? And it's just so much stuff. Like, I think the approach that they are taking with developing this repo is more is better, you know, quantity over quality by a long shot. And so let's just throw 800 files in. Maybe, you know, it would be interesting to do a quick sort of analysis and find out how many have duplicate entries. Yeah, I mean, when I was thinking about writing my own version of the sort of recon tool alternative to GoBuster, I wanted to get some analysis results on how many requests are like if you end up using some of these word lists, especially the really big ones, because you can just go through. Where was the like raft large, maybe? Directory list big, big.txt, probable word list. Interesting. Look at that later. So, they have some nice ones at the top, and then they really get into garbage, I would say. This one is not as bad as some of the, whichever one I found before. Yeah, 14 megs of text files. Like, I just don't think this is gonna be a very common path in your web search. So this is the sort of like the quality of these word lists is 99% of the results that you're going to get from GoBuster in terms of whether it's a useful tool for you. The 1% is the fact that it's going to run through this stuff pretty quickly. And this one is like probably is not sorted in any meaningful way. Like I don't know why 2006 is considered the fourth most likely thing. But yeah. So what I would do is like load this up, go to a site that I am allowed to do recon on, or ideally as many sites as I can that I'm allowed to do recon on, and just run through this and see what percentage of the requests that I make with GoBuster are actually coming back with a useful result. And my guess is, when you use these big word lists, you're looking at, right, like it just, I don't know, pornography names of stuff, I guess, names of music CDs. Like, this isn't a word list of anything that would be a password or a directory name. I mean, these, I don't know, could be a credit card number. I don't think based on the first couple digits, but like, it's just, what is the point, So if you're getting a less than 1% or way less than 1% hit rate out of your word list, then you are doing the recon poorly, is my guess. That's my conjecture or my statement, basically. You should be trying to have a tool and a data set that gives you as high of a hit rate as possible, because you want to find those hits as quickly as possible, for one, and you ideally want to like not waste the resources of the machine that you are trying to pen test. You don't want to be just absolutely bombarding this machine with 1.5 million requests for stuff that aren't meaningful. So, but it's like, this is Rails, I guess. Yeah. You need to have a tool that's smarter, or a word list that is very well crafted. But really, a word list is still kind of on the low end. I mean, but nobody's gonna, yeah, you could have that as a password, but nobody's gonna type in the exact, I guess this is not the bad one, this is the bad one. Name of a music album with uppercase letters and stuff. Like, you're gonna make this your password? I think I have long, complicated passwords, but they would be much easier to type while still being longer than this, just from the fact that there's constantly uppercase letters and stuff shifting. I don't know. Um, yeah. I mean, I get it as a joke, but it's also like, why? Where did they run a thing that's just like, let's scrape websites and take every chunk of text that we find and make it into an entry in a word list? Because they definitely didn't scrape. I highly doubt they scraped directory name. I guess maybe they if you were to crawl through one of those, maybe they still have them these days, but 20 years ago, you'd go to an FTP site or something and it would have um yeah, it would say good password for you. You get the little gold star from the robot. God, it's still compressing. But yeah, 20 years ago, you might go to some random FTP or HTTP site, no DNS usually, just throw in an IP address and a port number, and somebody had uploaded a bunch of MP3 files that they had most likely downloaded from some other sharing network. Um, this is probably before BitTorrent and stuff, and almost certainly was not the result of somebody meticulously cataloging their own CDs that they had ripped and kept the right names and metadata for. And so if you crawled one of those sites, maybe it would have the names of each of those albums as a directory. But that's not going to be that, the number of websites that have that kind of directory structure are so minimal that they shouldn't be, if they're in this list at all, they should be at the very bottom, basically, along with random sets of numbers. So this is just pure garbage. Whether um, any of these in particular happen to be meaningful paths in web requests that you could make to a real target that you have, it's so disorganized that the disorganization and the negative impact of that dominates over the positive impact of any good entries within this list, in my opinion. We could come down to the bottom, and I would be curious to see the first thing near the bottom that would be like, oh, that might be actually useful. Because the way that GoBuster works is it's going to go in order, as far as I know. And so if you have to go through all of this garbage to get to the make cert path, maybe that's a real path. I mean, it seems like that's the name of an executable, but maybe that's something real. Some of these could are certainly more likely than some of the ones that are above them, is my point, I guess. Even here at the very end of the list. Icon PDF, maybe. I don't know. So that's my main annoyance factor with these word lists, or the more generally the GoBuster approach of just let's take a list of entries and run through it one at a time. Because I think what you can do when you want to get smarter is oh, this particular entry came back, and yeah, the other approach is sort them alphabetically. Also very not helpful. I don't want to run through every single digit, every single 3-digit number before I get to admin or something, right? Or WordPress. And so what you, I think, would want to do is if you get a hit on WordPress, track that in your recon system in a way that suddenly increases the likelihood, the weighting of some other entries related to WordPress. If you have a /wp admin path, I don't know, it might not be in any of these, or WP admin logs, WP blog, right? If one of these shows up, then the other WordPress ones get sorted higher in the list, so that you might as well try them right away, because if one part of your site comes back and says, hey, it's WordPress, the chance that some other part of your site is, also has WordPress paths seems more likely, I guess. So you want to factor that in, is like you're getting all this signal information from the fact that something came back other than a 404, and you should take advantage of that. And like GoBuster just feels like it's at the very lowest rung of how to conduct recon. And, taking advantage of the fact that, hey, this path came back with a 200 or a 403, whatever it is, whatever the, like, no permissions response is, taking that into account to resort the rest of your list in order to make the next request an even higher likelihood of being a valid request, is probably just the second tier. Like, you could do other things like, okay, now let's parse the result that we got and see if there's a link to another page in there, right? We could, you could make it more of a crawler or spider kind of thing, and you could, there's lots of, there are tools that do stuff like that, right? And GoBuster's whole thing is to be as quick as possible, so I definitely see the point of, god damn, why is it still compressing? That's one of my pet peeves of the Arch Linux user repositories or whatever install approach is like, you have to build the package yourself, and building the package involves compressing the thing, and we've got hundreds of megabytes of stuff to compress, which shouldn't take that long. So I don't know what it's doing that's making it take so long to compress this. But like, all it's going to do is decompress it when I say now install the package that you just built. It feels a very circuitous, and I understand it makes sense when you in a lot of cases, but in this is like the worst possible case, where I've just got some files that I ultimately want to put into a certain directory and be able to remove them using the package manager at some later point, at some later date. But otherwise, it's, I don't know, I'm gonna fucking stop it, actually. What did I call it? TryHackMe. Delete all that, and then we are going to just move it into here. It's not actually a work tree. Okay. actually, this. Git clone. Can I do that? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I've got everything. Let's just get to it. We are going to do GoBuster. Too much time spent waiting for Package Manager to do something, and ultimately not actually doing the stuff that I need to be doing. Directory search, I guess, with the site being we have and okay. Oops. Which do I want to use? I thought that raft large words was okay, but I'm going to start with a small one because, again, I don't know how long this is going to take. So raft small directories. Probably not /images. Yeah, see, like, and I'm not on a connection that is incredibly fast to this machine, which is unfortunate. /internal maybe. Okay, cool. I'll let it keep going. Okay. So what do we want to do? Post to, is it this? Okay. HTTP, I think I say post that, and what was the name of the actual form? It's called file. Okay. At test.php. Got back an okay. Maybe I wrote that wrong. What's that? Oh, I want just at. Yeah. Yeah, extension not allowed. So my first guess was like, hey, they're not going to let you do a PHP file. in part because I feel like a lot of these challenges are going to be PHP websites, and they don't, it's probably a good security measure to not be able to upload a PHP file because of the way that the, how to put it, the way that the web application structure works with the like Apache front end running. It's going to automatically try to run code that has a PHP extension. So if you can put it in a location that Apache is willing to find and run from, you can start running your, like, that's just an RC. I feel like that it's a very ancient, from the perspective of web technology, approach to doing a web application, and it sort of defaults to being insecure, which sucks. Okay, so I'm gonna fuzz the upload form using burp. Okay, I could install burp, but I can also go ahead and just do it. What do I want to say? All right, we went .php, .php3, .4 apparently. Not PHPS or anything. I don't know if there is a PHPS. It's a PHTML apparently. All right, so we could maybe do it this way. And all right, so the last one was a success. And I could have made this a bit simpler, I guess, made a slightly nicer script, but .php not allowed, PHP3 not allowed, 4, 5, but PHTML. Okay. And okay, so I can just download that. Get the raw version of that. Probably take a look at it. Got to change some stuff to our IP address, I guess. And sets up some pipes. The shell is to run that stuff. Okay. Okay. Then we'll listen on Netcat. Okay. Sounds good to me. So if we go to internal uploads / test.phtml, should say hello? No? Didn't we upload a test.phtml? Oh, ugh, put 2 dots in there. Okay. Right, because I had the dots on the interesting. Did I kill the machine? That's fun. Maybe my network connection to TryHackMe has died? No, it seems okay still. But I think the machine, maybe it already did die. And then, okay. It's gonna take a minute to get ready. So then get the IP address. And sure, why not? Okay, now I can get the new IP address. And if I do netcat, what is the version of the command that they were showing? LVNP. Listen, and then oops. Hit the reverse shell page. Okay, so we have a connection. We are now on that box. Excellent. What's the name of the user who manages the web server? It's probably not www data. Bill. Oops. No? User.txt is how they call it here. Okay. All right. Privisk. So we're looking for a set UID binary. Okay. Where's the here we go. Give this a shot. All right. Which file stands out? Is it ping? NTFS 3G? It's a long name. I don't know. None of these very clearly stand out. We could see system control. I guess making that set UID is a bad idea. Let's just type it in. Okay. So can we now exploit it? This is what I remember from watching somebody else streaming optional CTF on Twitch. You would look for, there's a website that's like GTFO bins. Yeah, I guess I've been to it. There we go. So we can look for set UID. Does Privesk mean ordering private escort? You know, it's up to you, I guess. I would say that setting an order, making a financial transaction to have somebody meet you in person is bad OPSEC, to say the least. Okay. So we want to make a service file. And then oops. What else we got? Exec start. I guess I will just. I don't really. I guess maybe I do need the install part. Oops. and then system control link TF, and enable now TF. Okay, so we were able to do that. Then I should have read what I was creating a service to do. All right, just rebuild it. Not having a real terminal is kind of annoying. And I need to get a little more practiced with what I want to do. It's also interesting that the file that was echoed, or that was output from calling ID, did have readable permissions. I guess it's readable by everybody. Root.txt. Let's do cat. And then did I not put install in there? Seems like I did. Yeah. So what's the hang up? Have to link it again? What in the Christ? To disable it? No. Because it's a one shot, it shouldn't stay enabled. Ugh. Alright, let's do it as a different thing then. Oh, maybe. See. So what is TF now? Okay. So we haven't actually made that. Alright, and then there we go. Realistically, we would want to do another root shell from there, or have some script that allowed us to get more direct access as root, but just printing out the flag is enough. So cool. That I like this box or this room of going through the full step. I mean, it's obviously a very guided thing, but you looked at the machine, found a web server, ran through trying to find directories on the web server, found one that was useful and had a vulnerable endpoint basically, and then compromise it and then get root access, which is the core of everything that you're supposed to do. So I like it. It'd be nice if there was like a button to now go back to the path that I was on. Okay. Now we hack into a Windows machine using Metasploit. Okay. Without the Metasploit exploit. Interesting. Using Eternal Blue, so the new era of everything Windows is vulnerable to this. It used to be the... what was it? Win... or what was that called? There's an episode of Darknet Diaries that was named after it from like 2008. MS, there we go. This is the old school equivalent of what I guess Eternal Blue is these days. Just any machine that runs Windows that's connected to the internet has a good likelihood of being vulnerable to this. Even though, the fixes were out for however long. Not a boot to root CTF. Okay. Oh, I see. It's not, okay. So there's 3 boxes in this series: Blue, Ice, and Blaster. Okay. Okay. Cool beans. It's gonna take a minute or two to get started. All right, so we're gonna do use target as our IP address. Then we can do it offline and follow this guy on Twitter. Mr. John and TryHackMe. They have an Nmap specific room. All right, let's try. Do everything, and we have 4 so far. Oh no, there's only 3 under 1,000. is it vulnerable to? Interesting. That'd be neat if Nmap said it, but I don't think that they would. There's quite a few open ports in that upper range. Okay, so now it's going to attempt to enumerate the services. So what is this? SN or Samba SMB? Maybe these are SMB. I don't remember. 3389. RDP, yeah. And just Active Directory or SMB in general, okay. And then is DCE or yeah, I mean basically the normal stuff for a machine in an Active Directory. Maybe probably not actually the domain controller. All right, so I want to know what. I mean, I know just from the name and the information that's presented that it's going to be vulnerable to Eternal Blue. So I just need the Microsoft report number for that, whatever their disclosure term is. MS 1710. All right. And now we need to run that. I don't have Metasploit installed, so we'll go ahead and install it. Metaflac? No. What is it? MSF. Two. This will tell me how to use Metasploit. This is in the primer segment. Okay. Just MSF console. For some reason, I thought that was one-off commands. I guess not. All right, then what do I do? Need to find a particular search. All right, so could do this one. Right. Show options and set the one required value. What is the name of this value? So if I search for it, then use it, right? And the required value is our host, I guess. All right. Can I say target? No. Oh, I need to say like set our host. Can I do it this way? I wonder if that works, or if it's just taking it as like. And then how do I run? Just say run, right? Okay. All right. Whew. I guess it would be neat to develop my own POC for Eternal Blue. It looks like it's probably a heap exploit if we corrupt a buffer and then free it. Or maybe it's a like use after free. I assume when they say in the description somewhere up here, like, try and play this without the Metasploit afterwards, I assume that they don't mean actually create the exploit yourself, but rather find some other version. Okay, this one failed. Give it a shot a second time. But yeah, they, it seems likely that they would mean find, maybe go to vulndb or something. Or what is it, exploitdb, and search for some Eternal Blue. Yeah, so we could take one of these and run it ourselves. This is Python, and it's got the shell code from one of these situations. Cool. Failed a second time. Is it actually gonna work? Maybe I'll do a different version of it, but this is the one that the earlier answer seemed to think was the correct exploit in Metasploit. Just gotta keep waiting. See if it manages to do its thing. Is there... Oh, it might be... Oh, that's because I need to set lhosts, maybe? probably just me being dumb. So it was just waiting to hear back after it tried to set the run the reverse TCP handler or the reverse shell or whatever the shell code is actually doing in this. But I was not listening on the right interface. Sounds like. Nope. Then what is going on? Why is it not? Oh, I went. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's gonna work. Then what am I doing wrong here? Oh, I didn't really reload that page. I guess I can try a different one. It's just annoying. Yeah, because I'm already listening on 4444. Now I can set up. Okay. What am I doing wrong? Yeah, that's the run command. I can try restarting this machine. It's going to take a minute or two to finish booting up. Can I just say see if that works? Hey, that worked this time. Okay. Excellent. Didn't know what was going on last time. Control Z. All right. Then how to convert a shell to an interpreter shell. How to upgrade. Okay. Post multi-managed shell to interpreter. All right. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, should I like? I don't actually know how to background the session in interpreter without hitting Control Z, because Control Z then tries to background MSF console itself. Is there another set of options? I run MSF console over here and access the same sessions. Nope. Then hmm. Okay. Okay. I can do it in a very hacky way. And then I can foreground it and hit yes, and that'll finish answering the question that they asked. That's whatever. And I could write a little wrapper script to catch the sig stop. All right, so then session minus u1 is going to run the shell to interpreter shell, the upgrade. Okay. And then we can do sessions too, I guess. Once it is like happy. Oh, it's probably session. Yeah. Oh, okay. Sessions 2. Cool. You see the directory? Yeah. Oh, because we're in Windows. I see. And system 32. Okay. Oh, there's a flag1.txt. Nice. Then, yeah, set the selection. Get system. Got system via technique 1, named pipe impersonation. Okay. I would be interested to find out all right. Back to interpreter. So what was it? Just yes. Something running in a system. Maybe trusted installer. Just go ahead and get all of this. Okay. And then migrate to that process. I see. So it doesn't really matter which one we use. Migrate to 3048. Okay. Then we want to crack some passwords. Hash dump. Admin, and then guest and John. Are these all the same? No, the first part is the same. All right. Then what do we want to do? Give it a shot with hashcat. So we want NTLM give it a hash type and give it a dictionary file. It's probably v2. Passwords, rock you, maybe? Oh, did I not? Oh, it's under cracked hashes, probably. Nope. Leaked databases. Right. Platform not found, KHR. Is that because it only does doesn't support my GPU situation? Nope. Okay. Just John. Okay. We'll use that instead. I'm not going to spend time trying to get hashcat working right now. Give it a word list. What? Is this the thing? Where is show? Why does it tell me to use that option? Hmm. Do NT. Oh. Why didn't it show it here? Oh, okay. And I'm assuming that was the password. Yeah, cool. Then find the 3 different flags. All right, cat. Oops. What? What the hell is up with my interpreter? Okay. Oh, it's flag 1.t, so that's why it wasn't working. Yeah. So we got the machine. Oh, just the. Okay. Be arbitrary about it. Flag 2. Nothing in there, maybe? Alright. Really? Let's see if it's on his desktop. Okay. That's the 3rd flag. Alright, back. OBS likes to be kind of annoying and crash sometimes. So we got one last flag. It says it's in some location that likes to be deleted. I mean, we can go to the C drive. temp directory in Windows. Any chance they put the flag in here? Check where the passwords are stored. Yeah, I actually don't know. I guess let's find out. I mean, it stores it in the registry files. So, under config. Okay. Thanks for the pointer there, Harp6X. Yeah. Yeah, because this is a box where you just run Eternal Blue. So you got admin through that, I guess. Or if I didn't have admin, I was able to run a command in Meterpreter that did the privesc for me. I'm not sure if I had, like, it said at one point run get system. I don't know if get system is actually doing a privesc on there, or if it already had system privileges because we exploited Eternal Blue, which, as far as I know, is doing an RCE on the SMB service, which probably runs the system. I mean, I would think that it does. So yeah, I think this is a good box. I mean, I'd used Meterpreter or Metasploit once before in some CTF, so it's good to be able to, do it again, and just generally see how it would be kind of inconsistent whether the exploit actually triggers. We had to kill the box and restart it before the exploit would succeed, which isn't terribly surprising with these, like, I mean, it sounded from the messages printed by the Meterpreter, or rather the Metasploit exploit script. It was printing some stuff that made me assume that it was doing like a use after free kind of thing, and you gotta free that stuff there. Like, it's kind of finicky, I guess, would be my best interpretation. So still nice to be able to go through it and have it work. So this is the Kenobi one, which was suggested on the main page. So I think we'll do this one, and probably that'll be it for this stream. The next chunk is supposedly 3 times as long. It's twice as many boxes, though, so presumably these are harder boxes. And then these are less time for the same number of boxes. I don't know, but I think I'm gonna try to go through all of these, I guess. Kenobi. Let's see if we can get this chunk completed. Walk through on exploiting a Linux machine, enumerate Samba for shares, manipulate a vulnerable version of Pro FTPD, and escalate your privileges with path variable manipulation. Okay. Oh, yeah, because I killed it. Okay. So, we'll get a new machine. Oops. Right. How many ports are open? Let's not even bother with enumerating the services. So we got 445.139. I mean, it seems like, well, that's the SMB ports. Okay, we got 3 thus far. I don't know what 2049 is. NFS. All right, we got those 3. Is that accurate? No, there's more than that. All right, let's throw it with scan everything. Oh yeah, why was port 80 not visible? Maybe it hadn't finished coming up. But I would think the default scan really should hit port 80. And 21 and 22. Isn't 21 telnet? Oops. Oh no, FTP. Oh, okay. Of course, because of Pro FTP on this one. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with the 2049. Let's give that a shot. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna stop enumerating. Or stop, nmap enumeration, and we'll start enumerating Samba shares. Oh, we can throw a special script into nmap. Cool. And oh, that's nice. We can get the machine IP address in the command in the walkthrough. I feel like I want to throw a -b on there because I'm impatient. I want to see what it's doing. What is NSE stand for? Nmap scripting engine. Okay. Get that open. 31 seconds left. Okay, I can wait that long. If it's accurate. Now it's going to be another minute. All right. So we got the IPC dollar, anonymous, and the print. And enumerating the users failed. Interesting. How many shares have been found? 3. Guess we didn't need to know the users, but if I need to do that later, can debug that script. Let's see if I have. Yes. Shouldn't need a password, right? Okay. We have a log.txt. We need to say get. All right. It's a log of their setup for the Pro FTBD, I guess. The fingerprint. Does it have... It's called a log.txt, but it's mostly the config file. What are we looking for? It's running on port 21 because that's the FTP port. RPC bind. Okay. Yeah. Manifest show mount / var. Neat. And what do we have in /var? The log file. And okay. Might be useful. Gain initial access to Pro FTBD. 135. Can use search exploit to find exploits for a particular software version. All right. Don't have it for Arch. Exploit DB though. Last updated in 2018 though. What does it actually download? Oops. Is this... Oh, okay. And it's gonna install search exploit somewhere? Yeah. Does it link it to something? User bin? Okay. Then let's install that. Double check that it's what I was just looking at. Seems okay. A lot of stuff to download. Okay. It's gonna be slow as heck. We just search for Pro FTPD 1.3.5 RCE. How many exploits are there? I guess 3 specific, yeah. It's like, but 2 actual vulnerabilities, I'd say. Maybe it's only 1 vulnerability. They're all about the same time. There's 3 varieties of exploit for it. Mod copy module, site CPFR and CP copy from, copy to. Okay. Oh. I see. So we want to copy that into the SMB share that we have access to, or the NFS. So copying it to /var. Right, because, well, I guess we don't know where the anonymous Samba share exists. Right? We did know NFS has /var. Okay. It's still going, so you go ahead and make I don't have a target on this terminal. Ugh. Always get that wrong. Nope. Alright, so mount target /var NFS mount. Fair enough. Okay. Bad option. Do I not have NFS installed, I guess? And I need to wait for this one to finish. Oh, why is it taking so long to clone from GitHub this time? In previous times when I download stuff from GitHub, it goes perfectly fast. It's very uneven, I guess. So I'm gonna wait. And then we'll finish it up later. It's gonna be a pain in the ass to build this database. Like, this is not my favorite way for this program to work. It seems like I am downloading the entire exploit database so that I can locally search it. Am I downloading every copy of? It's only 135 meg, so probably it doesn't include the actual contents for each of these, but maybe. They're very small, just about, small text files, but it's gonna take fucking forever to see if I can do this. Manifest utils. Yeah, I guess I can do that while Yay it's doing its thing. Okay. So now I can mount. Okay. So what am I supposed to do? Just log into it anonymously and run those commands. Oh, with netcat, okay, because it's a text protocol, I guess. Copy to? No, copy from. Oh, I see. I sent it as two different commands. Okay. In the temp. Okay. Okay. Then. All right. And. Didn't even know there was a temp directory under /var. There is. Well. Whatever. So now I can SSH in. What? Is that wrong? Oh, why did it say it's invalid format? Whatever. Okay, so we can log in as Kobe. And now we want a privesc with a set UID binary. So we're going to find what was it? Perm u equals s. Yeah, it seems like a good version of that command. Do I need to say -u equals s? Yeah, I do. There we go. Okay, let's see if there are any programs that seem likely. Change fn, change shell, I guess. At f user mount. What file looks particular? They asked the exact same question on the last one, and it's like, I don't know which of these necessarily make less sense. I guess menu, like, why would that be a thing? All right. Three options. Let's do option one. Okay. So it does a GET request, or rather, it does a HTTP request, gives us back the response, which is empty. Okay. And it tells us what the config is. Okay. We're doing very minimal binary analysis. I see. So if we do no. Oh, of course, need to do that. Okay, that makes sense. So if the thing just runs system, presumably there's a call a system in here somewhere. Yeah. So just run system curl -i localhost, and then because system checks your path, we can tell the path to use the current directory, and I can set the program to be named curl and just have it run the shell, and then it's running the shell for us as root because it's set UID. Excellent. Cool. Feel good about that. And I don't think I have enough time to really dive into the next one, but I'm liking this. What can I do? How much work is the Kali one? Do a bunch of different versions. I don't feel like bothering with it. So we'll keep on this offensive pen testing path and move on to Steel Mountain. Seems to be themed after Mr. Robot, which is an excellent show. I still need to finish that last season, but man, those first two seasons for sure. Some excellent television. Yeah, and then we'll just keep hammering through these, but that'll be next weekend, next Saturday, assuming I don't mess up and need to go on a different computer and compile a new version of my kernel and connect in with a live CD in order to compile a new version of the kernel on my computer through chroot, etc., etc., etc. All the stuff I was spending yesterday doing. Assuming that I don't mess up like that again, then we'll be back with this on Saturday, and we'll see how many of these we can get through next weekend. I would be very surprised if we didn't get through all of these next weekend, because I think I can dedicate maybe 6 to 8 hours streaming time for this next weekend. And yeah, well, it says 18 hours, so I mean, this one didn't take us a full 3 hours by any stretch. It's more like a lot closer to 2 hours. So maybe we could do this in 8 hours. I don't know. We'll see. This one is rated hard, so maybe not. But I'd at least like to get through the first 5 of them. And yeah, tomorrow we are back to binary exploitation kind of stuff with Anger. So I'm going to keep going through the Anger CTF challenges that I was working on Friday. And then Tuesday, switching over to working on the x86 instruction decoder, keeping up with that. That was going pretty well when I last left off. Like, overall, I think all 3 fronts that I'm looking at right now are going pretty well. So feeling good about that, and feeling really good about some progress that I've been making on a project that I've been working on, a reversing project that I'm not able to stream that stuff, unfortunately. But it's great when you get to a point where things really start to, all the pieces start to fall into place and come together. So generally just feeling real good about where things are right now. I think that'll do it for this stream. Thank you to everybody that's watching, everybody that was in chat and talking with me, and anybody who showed up. And if you're watching this on the VOD, thanks for watching. And feel free to check out my GitHub page. You can also get to through hamlet.dev. And you can send me an email, hamlet@hamlet.dev, or follow me on Twitter, which is hamletonline. And just, send me a tweet. As you might guess, as somebody living in the United States right now, it's been almost exclusively political stuff on my Twitter account. So, if you're not interested in that, or you want to yell at me, I mean, I guess you can yell at me if you want. But if that's not the sort of thing that interests you, then feel free to not follow me on Twitter, because I don't think I'm going to necessarily let up on it. All right. Have a good night, everybody. Or for most of y'all, it's probably okay, now I'm back because OBS crashed as I went to go shut it down. So I'm going to actually end the stream now. Have a good day for all of y'all.